sister and brother surfers of the binary ocean. So, this is going to be a fun video. I'm going to show you how to decorate your terminal on macOS for Halloween. You can also use this to decorate it for Christmas or any holiday, and you can also use this on like Linux or Windows as well if you're using zshrc shell, or if you're using bash shell. I'm going to give you a little bit of guidance on that as well. So let's dive in. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to have a jack-o'-lantern or whatever emoji you want on the left. And then for mine, and you can set this, change this however you want. I have it showing my current folder that I'm in, and then just this little greater than symbol. And if I do a command that the system recognizes, it's going to keep giving me the pumpkin. But if I do a command that it doesn't recognize, it gives me the skull and crossbones. So it's just kind of a little visual indicator and kind of fun. If I go back to one it recognizes, you see it shows me I'm in my desktop now, and it shows the jack-o'-lantern again. So here's how we edit that. This terminal here is what it would look like just when you open up your terminal if you haven't set anything. You're just going to get your username, computer name, and then the current folder, which is the home directory right now. If I cd to my desktop, it should show. Yeah, it shows desktop. If I go back, it shows the home folder. So to add the decorations, first of all, look at your title bar of your terminal, and it should either say zsh or bash, or if you're a power user, you probably don't need to be watching this video, and it might say something else like there's other shells that you can use. CSH I think is one, and there's a bunch, but ZSH is the one that's typically on Macs these days. It used to be bash, so could be one or the other. If you're on ZSH, we're going to be editing this zshrc file, .zshrc file. If you're on bash, it's going to be the .bashrc file. And to edit that, you need to make sure you're in the right directory where that file is located, and that's going to be in your home directory. You can check your directory by doing pwd, and it should say users and then have your username, and you should know then that you're in your home directory. You could also do an ls, and you should see like a desktop, documents, downloads, that kind of thing in there, and that's your home directory. If you're not in your home directory, so say we're in downloads folder, and you need to get to your home directory, it's pretty easy. You just do cd and then the little tilde there, which is on the Mac keyboard. If you hold down the shift key and then hit the key right below the escape key up in the upper left, and then hit enter, that'll put you in your home folder. When you're in your home folder, we want to do nano.zshrc. That's going to open the nano text editor, and it's going to open our zshrc file, which is a configuration file for zsh. Now we have that open, and you might have something in that file already, because sometimes other programs will add stuff to your configuration files like that. If you do, just add what we're about to add, just add it below or above, the other stuff there. Like if you use the Ruby programming language sometimes in Homebrew and install it with Homebrew, I think it'll put something in there. But anyway, just put this wherever in the file. This is going to be prompt, all capital letters. That's just setting the prompt variable, and we're going to put a equal sign and a double quote. So that's that, and then basically everything's going to go in these double quotes. So we got a double quote there, and then we're going to do a percent symbol and a parentheses and a question mark and a colon. Let's open up a website here, emojipedia.org. I'm just going to search Halloween to find some Halloween emojis. And you can see there's a ghost, a jack-o'-lantern, candle, skull. We're going to do the jack-o'-lantern for now. Just going to copy that, go back, and just Command V will paste it in, or you can do Edit, Paste, just from the terminal menu bar. And then we're going to put another colon. We're going to go back to Emojipedia, and I'm going to get the skull and crossbones for the next one here. I'm going to copy that, paste that in, and the formatting is going to look a little funky here for a minute just because we're pasting emojis in there and stuff, but that's so then put another parentheses after that skull and crossbones to close that off, and then we're going to put a percent. So this is really all you need for just getting, if you just want the skull and crossbones or the jack-o'-lantern. but I'm going to add a couple other things here just to give you some little bonus material, I guess. So this %B is saying make the text bold. This %F is saying make the font, and then I'm saying yellow. Then after this is any text that's in here is going to be in our prompt. And there's some variables you can throw in there. And the one I'm going to throw in is going to be %1D. That's just giving it, so it's going to show the current directory, whatever the current directory is. Another interesting one or useful one possibly is %M, and that's going to give you the computer name of your computer. I'm just going to do %1D for now, and you can put those in any order you want, however you want them. Then we need to close off this font thing. So this, everything within these two Fs, %Fs, is going to be yellow. And then we're going to close off our bold as well with a lowercase b, so that anything between the two B's is going to be bold. And then we close our double quotes and Control X, and that's going to bring up a prompt at the bottom of the terminal that says save modified buffer. Just say yes. That's going to say yes if we want to save this in the file. And then the file name to write, just leave that to what it's already set to. We're just going to overwrite that .zshrc file. So it should be in there now. And before it'll take effect, you have to close out of your current terminal window, do a new window, and there it is. So I'm in my home folder, which is named Joseph, my username. And you can see my jack-o'-lantern there. If I go to my desktop, you can see it says I'm in my desktop. It tells it there. Go back to home, do a command that it doesn't recognize, and it gives it skull and crossbones. So it's pretty cool. It can be a little helpful visual there to show you, you know, if you have an error or something like that. Oh, there's one other common thing to add that I want to add here that I didn't. So after the %1D, which is the current working directory, right? I'm going to put just a greater than symbol. It's like the right pointing arrow. And it's nice, I think it just looks nicer in a terminal session. So if we open a new window here, we can see it. So that's how we have the arrow now. So if we do a command it doesn't recognize, it gives us skull and crossbones. Do one it does recognize, it gives us the pumpkin. Change directories. It shows us which folder we're in currently. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You can show like your whole chain of folders too. There's other common commands or common variables that you can throw in there. So if you just Google like zshrc file variables or something like that, or configuration variables, you should be able to find some stuff. So anyway, that's how you decorate your terminal for Halloween. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween.